Well, I guess we're going to be talking about this anyways. Basically my opinions and stuff on the new V cards coming out. I mean, or possibly already out, I should say. My thoughts, what I'm thinking about. What about these first editions? The positives and negatives, all that good stuff. I mean, I guess we could just go over the positives real quick because that's a very small list to be honest. First of all, it could be good engagement. It's a game to play. Brings us more of like the VTuber community and content creators. The stuff we enjoy. Being put on cards, being sent to us, and us having fun with it. Something to talk about. We're bound to get some good content out of this. The type of support definitely helps gamer subs, to my understanding. And with that, I guess you mean that's about all the positives you can have there. I mean, game to play, it's content. I guess like the first thing we can definitely probably talk about is the negatives. And a lot of this is just my personal opinion and like what I'm thinking about when I go to think about it. Let's just start off with like the first edition. First edition had a very, very short run, if you want to call it a short run at that. 25,000 boxes and easily sold out like practically instantly. And I mean, I guess we can pretty much guarantee where most of those went. Yeah, that's the first big negative. It was a very short run for a trading card game, to be honest. I mean, very, very short. And I don't think 25,000 boxes was quite enough. But I guess they were trying to make it interesting for their first run. I can understand that. Um, you know, but I guess that kind of brings around a couple things, and I'll bring up what I think about the first edition boxes a little bit more later, and where I think most of the stuff, most of those cards are at the moment. But when it comes to like the early access to the cards, first edition. There's people who already have the cards already. There's a good score of people who have cards. They can play the game, I would think. But I guess the other question is, who's going to be able to play the game with other people? Considering the short run, unless you're playing like maybe online against other people or something like that. But I think like the biggest problem with the boxes themselves at the moment is certainly and I mean is probably just the god rares, just to start it off with. They look great to a certain degree. Certain ones don't look as good as like the ultra rares, if that's what it's called. Yeah, the ultra rares. Some of these look better, some of them look worse. And in my opinion, I think they probably should have had two different types of maybe the god rares. And my problem with like the god rares themselves is the fact that there's only one card for the first editions. Right now, this I don't think everybody kind of knew this from the beginning. My speculation was, hey, there's a 1 like 32 chance you might get a god rare or something like that because of like the gold packs or whatever, and maybe inside the gold packs would be the god rares. That wasn't the case. Turns out, like, what was it, like about one in we'll just say there was 32 out of 25,000 cards to boxes ratio. That's a lot. That's a lot for the math there, but I would have loved to have seen these cards, and I'm looking at some of these cards already, and I kind of wonder where the signatures are sometimes. That's just one thing, but that's not the concern. It's practically for anybody who is a collector, who likes collecting things. You've kind of you might have just turned them off to the game, to be honest, a little bit. Some people might not mind there being cards that they can't get, But to anybody who likes to have like, I know there's people who in the Pokemon, community who like to get like the entire sets of the booster boxes, and they'll keep buying boosters until they have all the cards for a set, and then they're happy. But what we have here is we have cards that can only be found in the first edition, and there's only one of each because they have a signature on them. And when I was talking to somebody in, I believe it was Gamer Subs, but they might have been communicating with VCard, but they weren't exactly sure what they were going to do for the unlimited cards. And I was hoping that maybe they would bring in God Rares to the unlimited cards as well. But if the way they work the first editions isn't going to work on the unlimited cards, I think that kind of sets a bad taste on some people's mouths. Because if you don't buy the cards as soon as they come out, or you don't even have the chance of buying them, you just kind of miss out. You can't complete a collection. You're gonna have people who are gonna get upset because they can't possibly get this Akumi and its art. They're kind of stuck with the ultra rare version over here, and that's where you're at. That's it. There's nothing extra to it. I mean, unless something changes and all of a sudden they're like, hey, by the way, guys, we might include like V cards or something in here, for y'all's enjoyment. For the God Rares and such. But I mean, I'm kind of highly doubting it. Just for simplicity reasons. But definitely people are gonna feel this. I mean, I was kind of hyped, potentially, because I don't think anybody realized at the time when they said God Rare, it was gonna be a signature card. Right, to be honest, it was gonna be a signature card. I didn't know that was gonna happen. And I think this is exactly what they were going for, was market value. I mean, that's cool and all, but in a way, in the downside of this is, if this is how you're going to treat every single box, you've basically said anybody who's buying unlimited boxes, they're not really worth anything. Only the first edition boxes are now worth something. The collector's value, I mean, if you don't care about the God Rares, the collector's value is still there for you, but anybody who likes collecting them all, boom, it's over for you, Newt. It's over, man. You're not gonna have an entire collection. I mean, unless you plan on putting out, I don't know, millions of dollars, and there's that one guy who's like holding out. He's like, no, he's gonna go to 2 million. Just watch. He's gonna go to 2 million. He wants that Shy Willy card. Or that Cinderace. Definitely got to get those cards. He might put out, but I mean, the rest of us, yeah, this is kind of a little disappointing, honest. And also, to top that off, so let me see here. Where did I put it? Over here. Yes. The sets. So they haven't really gone into a lot of detail. I can see where they're going with this. Okay, we got our first major update, game update and everything. Cool, that's great. This is our base set and everything. Set 2 is a little concerning for me, because if you're having a what do you want to call it? A card game, a trading card game, and you're going to be releasing, the cards like you are currently, you're putting certain people at a disadvantage because they can't get a hold of cards quick enough. So if we're going to be doing like a first edition set again for set 2, I think this is going to start causing problems. You know what I'm saying? That set 2 drops, first edition, instantly sells out again, which I think they should put a limit on how many card packs people are buying. I think they should make a limit to like 10 boxes per person, to be honest. I mean, I might want to get on that action too, to be honest. I mean, hey, maybe I can open up 10 boxes or something, and potentially get myself something nice. It's always a potential, but I mean, if you release out a second set and people are just getting their first set, and I'm talking about timing here, you're gonna have people who, they might have just put down some major bank for first set, and they just announced second set out of nowhere. Like, oh, be the first to get your first edition second set, and this is all speculation. Well, I'm just getting these packages, and now I'm gonna have to try to get these packages while trying to probably buy even more packages when they announce the unlimited as well. I mean, because let's be honest, you're probably gonna want to get a lot of unlimited boxes, and I do really think they should limit the number of first editions people have access to buy. I mean, things like this, they sell out instantly. It's like one box per person. That's great. Everybody has one chance of getting some cool cards. I think that's probably more the way along the ways I'm probably thinking. Everybody gets one box. One box would be cool. But that's just me. And I'm just kind of worried about the timing here, because anybody who gets anything from set 2 before even the set 1 players get to like their set 1, they're already at a disadvantage here. They're not playing. I mean, not that I've kind of seen too many people playing the game, to be honest. I haven't seen anybody play it. But if you have people from set 1 playing set 2 already, and maybe they're playing competitively, maybe they're not, you're gonna have people who kind of a advantage here if they have set 2 cards, and who knows what their abilities and what their mechanics bring out. It could be like the good example is pendulum summons in Yu-Gi-Oh! Real quick. When those things were first announced, those things were too OP. Imagine if you were just a basic player and somebody brought out pendulum summons. Holy crap. What if you had to wait 6 months for you to get your pendulum summons? That's ridiculous. You're just at a disadvantage. You're not winning anything for a long extended period of time. So this is kind of where I'm really concerned, to be, because timing is everything. And if you're going to release the first edition and not have like the unlimiteds like right behind it, there's going to be some serious trouble, especially if you're trying to make a competitive game. So that's my thought on this, the future roadmap. It's kind of scary a little bit. Changes to reflect in unlimited. There you go. So the other thing, and everybody, the funny thing when the game was first announced was how the game was supposed to be played. I mean, it is what it is. Now they have it set where it says first player to like 3 points wins the game. The first player to score 3 points wins. Those are decent. But back in the old days, oh man, I had to go back to the Wayback Machine for this. So both players have a set prize pool and discard area, and this is when the game first came out. This is when I first read the rules, because I was trying to find out how to play. The rules were pretty confusing back then. Everybody has your own set prize pool, discard area. The loser of a round places their cards in the prize pool, which is claimed by the victor of the game. The winner of a round places their played cards in the discard area. As soon as I read this, I was like, oh boy, this is Battle City tournament style, guys. We're gonna be losing cards, and I'm like, this would potentially be good for gamer subs or the VCard itself, because now people were forced to go out and buy more cards if they had to replace cards that are losing their battles and the games and stuff. But it's good of them to have rolled back on that. Like, no, 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 it's completely not necessary because I mean, imagine actually having like an ultra rare or something, and you lose the round, and you have to put the ultra rare inside the prize pool, and like the next, you guys continue on and everything, and you lose the game, and you might have lost who knows how many ultra rare cards. Ooh, that would be so bad. Ooh, yep. Yeah. So I guess like many anything else that I kind of have problems with, just essentially, the god rares for one. I mean, I really hope they change this. Maybe instead of making more god, the way it was presented to me during the email exchange was these were considered signature god rares, and that's the way it was told to me. But now I guess that's just what they're calling god rares. It might be a signature god rare, but it's god rare. So I mean, yeah, I'm kind of a little upset that we're not all going to be able to get like the god rare. Oh, I got this one and I have this one. No, everybody else gets just this one. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, one of these days we might be able to. Well, no, that's right because they're not. That's the other thing. They're not doing reprints. So when they I don't know, I have to contact us when they move on from this set, and I'm guessing after they're done printing and they send these things out, you won't be able to buy these anymore unless your local game store. And by the way, my local game store, as far as I know, does not sell V cards. I don't think you're gonna really be able to get more cards from set one. So yeah. So it's on to set two, set three, set four, and they already said they're not doing reprints. From this is from past information that was released. They aren't doing reprints or re-releases. So if you don't, and here's where the FOMO comes in. If you don't get your cards now, box toppers. Okay, I guess those are something else. If you don't get your cards now, you won't be able to get your very specific ones later. I mean, I can understand it. I mean, they can't go keep reprinting the same cards over and over again. But and I guess that kind of goes back to the first edition boxes as well. Where are all the first edition boxes? I'm probably gonna guess that most of the first edition boxes are probably in scalper hand. All right, I can't say that for certain. It's kind of a speculation. When you look at the cards listed right now, what is this? We got 5 cards, 1, 5, 6. So I'm guessing this is 26 cards. 26 cards have been revealed. And what is that? Okay, 4, 10. So I guess that's 16 left. I can't math. Maybe 16 left. I'm going to guess that scalpers might have these boxes. They're probably waiting for more of these cards to be revealed, and as these cards get revealed, I'm guessing they're assuming that their boxes are going to go further up in price because you could potentially have like the last signature god rare inside your box. This is just speculation. Inside your box, as long as you hold on to it, as long as more of these cards get revealed. So it's like, I have 100 boxes. Ooh, there is only 2 of these left. So there is a potential that one of the last signature god rares is inside one of these 100 boxes. And then I jack up the price of the boxes and be like, okay, for like 500 bucks a pop, you could get a a signature god rare. I just see that happening right now. It's diabolical, but it's so true, which is why I think they should really put a limit on like box sales next time if they do decide to do a first edition once again. So I mean, it is what it is. So Yeah, those are kind of a couple of my my thoughts on the process at the moment. Um, I mean, I guess it just kind of stinks for everybody who's getting some of the unlimited boxes. We'll definitely see how this goes in the future. Maybe something might change. Maybe maybe they won't make any more signature god rares. I don't think that'll ever be the case. To be honest, I think they're going to continue bringing out more signature god rares, and I think the cycle will continue. But hopefully the rules change later. And if you like what I was saying, give it a thumbs up on the video. These are just my thoughts. Just had to get them out there. I'm currently waiting for my boxes. I did purchase. I only was able to get the unlimited boxes, but I thought it'd be cool. To do an unboxing stream. I picked up 15 boxes of those. I think they have like 28 packages in each box. So was that like 420 packages? It's a great number. I didn't expect that in the calculation, but yeah, I'm gonna be. Well, I don't think I'm gonna do them all in one stream, to be honest. But I've opened up a couple boxes already. Maybe I'll post some videos of me using a sword to open up a box, just to find some card protectors, some sleeves, and cups and mice pads. So for now, I guess it's a good day to you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see y'all in the next video when something else crosses my mind. But it'll probably be back to video games for me, and I'll catch you guys again real soon.